Topic 5: Hearsay Rule and Exceptions. Hearsay is when a witness tries to tell the court what someone else said to prove the truth of that statement. For example, if I say, "My neighbor told me the accused was at the scene," that's hearsay. The problem is the neighbor isn't here to be questioned, so the court can't test whether it's reliable. Section 59 of the Evidence Act sets the general rule that hearsay is not admissible. The court doesn't want second-hand statements being used to prove facts because they can't be cross-examined and might not be accurate. The law excludes hearsay mainly for 3 reasons: reliability, fairness, and efficiency. If we allowed unlimited hearsay, trials would be full of second-hand stories that no one could test. That would be unfair to the accused and would make trials unmanageable as well. There are exceptions where hearsay can be admitted. For example, if a witness is unavailable, perhaps they have passed away or cannot be found, the law may allow their earlier statements to be admitted. The idea is to balance fairness with the need for important evidence. Another exception is business records. If a record is made as part of ordinary business, such as a hospital record or a bank statement, the law assumes it's likely to be accurate. So even though it's technically hearsay, it can be admitted as evidence. Statements made at or very close to the time of an event are seen as more reliable because memory is fresh and there is less chance of fabrication. The good example can be an emergency call made during a crime may be admitted under this exception. The Act also deals with modern communication. Section 71 allows statements made in telecommunications to be admissible, and Section 146 presumes computer records are accurate unless proven otherwise. So, emails, text, and phone records may be admitted despite being technically hearsay. In a classic case, Subramaniam versus Public Prosecutor, the court explained a key point, that if a statement is used to prove the truth of what was said, it's hearsay. But if it's only used to show that the statement was made, not whether it was true, it may not be hearsay. This case is often the starting point in understanding hearsay. To sum up, the hearsay rule excludes second-hand statements to keep trials fair and reliable. However, there are important exceptions like first-hand hearsay when witnesses are unavailable, or business records and electronic records. Cases like Subramaniam help us draw the line between hearsay and non-hearsay uses of statements. Have a look into this matter properly, please, for better understanding. Thank you for watching. See you in the next lesson.